But I got to tell you, you know, sometimes some scary stuff can happen to you. You know, it's not as easy. You think you're tough, right? But when you get things turned against you, it can be very, very aggressive, can't it?
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes these experiences make you tougher for what you are there. What other disastrous financial stories do you have to share? We like misery. People like hearing bad luck stories.
Well, what normally happens, you know, like
how about wasted money, wasted opportunities? We like this sort of thing. We like to hear about what didn't come off.
Well, often, like these things always come in threes. And I remember one man, he was struggling away, and he wanted more money. He wanted to do this and that. He was a bit highly stressed. So then, what he did, he lost his job.
Sure.
So he lost his job, and then gets more stressed, of course. Then his wife said, "I don't want you," and left him. So he lost his wife now, and then stress, and then he has a mental breakdown.
Who's that? One of your clients?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Oh, it's probably about he's 55 to 65.
So what happened to him now?
Well, I see him at the shopping centre with his mouth open. Runs around with his mouth open. Is gone. I think a lot of people, once you have a breakdown, once you have disasters like that, you know, first of all, you know, so you lose your job. Well, that's bad financially, isn't it?
But losing your job is a very common occurrence now. It's not like in your day when, what did you do? What did you do?
But if you can't get another job, that's a problem.
Yeah, but
and then if your wife leaves you at the same time, then you got another problem, haven't you? Now you got to split the assets. Whatever you got to split, and you haven't got a job, and you haven't got, and then you have a breakdown.
Yeah, but there's always things you can do. But don't you agree? You could drive taxis, or you could do Uber. There's a shitty job you can take. What you're saying is he couldn't get a job on his same level he thought he was.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
A lot of people are like that.
When you say he can't get a job, you don't mean he can't get. He's saying he can't get a prestigious job, or a job the same level he thinks he is. He could get a job cleaning bins, for example.
Maybe, yeah. Well, sometimes you can't, but you probably could, maybe. But you know, it's hard to. A lot of people find it very hard. Well, another gentleman, you know, worked for the a bank, a big bank, Australia's biggest bank. He worked there. He's on $200,000 a year. So his boss says, "Listen, let's go to the competing bank. They'll give us more." So he went to the competing bank, and they gave him more. Gave him $300,000 a year. So he's working away there. And then the boss said, "Listen, there's another job in this other bank. They want somebody right up the top." So they went there for $400,000. Say this is just roughly figures roughly. So he went there for $400,000. So now he's working right at the top of this the third bank, and he gets the call. Sees the top number one. The top man shakes his hand, gives him a check, says, "See you later."
Yeah.
So now he was on 400,000, now he's on zero. He's got houses rented, one got flooded, all sorts of things happen. And so then he became a carer. He said to me that wasn't so long ago people were licking my ass, and now I'm wiping people's asses. So he had it very tough. Fortunately, his wife still had a sort of a job. She had an average job in the government, but he was on really top money. Anyway, so for a number of years he struggled.
And did he still keep his houses?
He did. I think he might have sold one, but he kept them. And what he did do, then he got a back job in that number one bank where he first started from, but on half the pay that he was on. He's a mobile lender now. So, you know.
Yeah, but honestly, you got to understand too. Just because you take these jobs, right? I think you worked out very quickly when you went to the merchant bank, right? The Commonwealth Bank. You were paid on the quality of your work. In the merchant bank, you were paid on results. They want you to hit a certain target.
Yeah,
aren't you? You became a glorified salesperson.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
yeah,
the Commonwealth Bank would say, "Oh, if you didn't allow this loan, oh, you've done a lot of good research. That's great. Right. The other bank would say, well, okay, that's really good. That's what we're paying you for, but you still haven't made your quota, Charlie.
Yeah, that's right. You wasted a week at work. You could have been getting a more sensible business. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so it's hard to, and with that changing market, a lot of people, like in the old days, you had a lot of tellers in the bank. And so the tellers, you saw people and whatever. And then these tellers got pushed aside because they got a woman who was selling Amway or makeup, say makeup in a store. They joined the bank as a teller and they got results. They were able to talk to people and sell what the bank's products.
Sure.
But the old teller, wanted to help people and help people, not the bank. But the new one, they didn't give a hoot about people. They just wanted to, they were able to sell the makeup, sell the bank's products, insurance and manage investments and that, whilst the other guy didn't feel comfortable with that. So that they now want salespeople, not people, not customer oriented people. And that's how the world's changed.
That's how it is.
When I was, when I was in my younger days, they had a branch in the middle of the city, and there was it's called the Bull Ring because there were so many tellers, and you had 20 tellers that took money in, and on the other side 20 tellers that paid money out.
Yes.
Now they've got 2 girls, and that's it.
Yeah, but that's because there's no money in doing deposits or withdrawals. The money is you use the ATM, Charlie.
Yeah,
it's the home insurance, the income insurance, the super
managed fund, the super.
That's where the money is. There's no money in. They've subcontracted that out to Starbucks. That branch has become a Starbucks. They halve the floor space.
Well, and also people don't use money now. Like honestly, a lot of people do not have cash.
Sure.
You don't need cash anymore. It's almost cash is going out, isn't it?
I disagree with you, but I think cash is a great thing.
I think it's a great thing, but I think that a lot of people, like in my accounting practice, 30 years ago, everybody paid cash.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you'd have $1,000, $2,000 cash.
Yeah.
Right now, you'd be lucky to get $100 cash for the day, and we've got 10 times more clients.
The biggest change is
all credit card on EPOS.
Yeah, the biggest change is too that people don't write checks now, do they?
No, very few people have check
cards. You do a BPay.
Have you got a check account?
No check account.
I've got 3 or something, but that's a legacy from.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that people don't know what to do with checks anymore, do they? They take 5 days to clear. The banks haven't shortened. This is interesting. For all these improvements in technology,
they have cleared it.
3 days now.
Well, yeah, but in the old days, it was interstate checks was 10 days.
Oh shit!
Outside Brisbane checks were 5 days, and Brisbane was 4 days, or 3 days.
I see.
Now it's all checks 3 days.
Well, that's nothing's fantastic.
Well, it's better than 10, isn't it? 10's a long time.
Yeah, but it's not that great either.
10 working days is 2 weeks.
It's not that great either, but is it?
Well, yeah. It's not great, but it's not. See, now
they don't care. They don't care.
They only deal in clear funds. Everything's cleared funds because when you're shifting EPOS and BPay, that's cash. It's not
cleared funds.
Yeah, it's cleared funds.
It's cleared funds.
Whilst in the old days it wasn't cleared funds. You used to bank checks and write checks out against it, and that would be okay. That's all gone.
It's funny, even Suncorp themselves, pack of bastards that they are. When I got that small inheritance money came in. It was a Suncorp check. It still took 3 days to clear through Suncorp itself.
Oh, that's always been the case.
Oh, you knew that?
Oh,
I couldn't believe that. No, this is your own bank, you morons!
It gets worse than that.
Yes.
If you get a bank check
from Suncorp,
yeah, that still takes 3 days to clear.
Wow.
But that's logical, isn't it? Because you get a bank check and you bank it. How do you know it's not a fraudulent check?
Yeah, but I'm okay. Fair enough.
Because this is big money. You can have a bank check for say 500,000. Just because it's got a check and it looks like a bank check.
I understand.
They only give you 500,000 against it.
I understand.
No, they've got to clear it. They've got to make sure.
I understand.
In fact, what used to happen in the old days? Do you know what used to happen in America?
What's that?
when this has happened in America, not so in Australia, right? Probably they might have done it, but I haven't heard of the case. But in America they do it. So a person banks a check for $10 million.
Sure.
The bank, say he was in New York, and it's drawn on a bank on the other side, Washington, say.
Sure.
So they get a teller
to fly over
and clear the check.
Yeah.
Get a special answer.
Yeah.
And clear the check.
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah. It was cheaper than let it sit there for a couple of days or 10 days until.
Sure.
It's amazing.
Good old days, isn't it?
In fact, the old days. This is how it changed too. Do you know